Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, guys, welcome back to Cuse Yourself podcast. It's been a little while.
It has been a little while.
It's been a little while. We apologize. Life gets a little busy sometimes. I'm Chris. This is Stacy.
Hello.
What are we drinking today, babe?
We are drinking a sour, raspberry lime Ricky sour from Smutty Nose Brewery in New Hampshire.
Slutty Nose?
Smutty Nose.
Oh,
Sorry.
all right. Whatever.
Hate to disappoint.
It's pretty good. We actually had another beer lined up to drink, and we drank it.
They go down good on
Yeah.
a 100-degree day.
Yeah, before, in our, what did we call it? Our pre-production meeting.
Yeah.
We finished the first one, so we're on to the second one. All right, so let's talk about what's new, because we've been gone for a little bit. So first things first, what's new is, many of you may have seen him posting. He posts in the fan page a lot. Matt Sherman has been doing a lot of the recruit posting on Twitter for Cuse Yourself. He's big into the recruiting scene. He has great knowledge of these kids that are coming in, and he keeps us informed.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
There's some really big recruits out there right now to keep an eye on, and Matt does a great job. If you're on Twitter, go check out the Cuse Yourself Twitter page. But Bryce Gowdy is a name that always comes to mind.
Yeah. And his commit is the 30th, right?
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
He will be announcing his commitment on the 30th of this month.
Josh Aloha just committed on the 4th of July, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
Josh Aloha just committed. That was awesome. Hard-nosed offensive lineman. But there's some big names, some big receivers. There's another defensive lineman out of Florida, the one who came up with the baby.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kinsler, Lettieri Kinsler.
Yeah.
There's some big names. So go check it out. Matt does a great job with the social media side of it and keeping us informed of recruits that are coming in and what's happening. What else is new, babe?
Merchandise. We have some merchandise. We did a campaign with Teespring and got some amazing shirts. We kind of just threw that together quickly for everybody just to kind of get some stuff out there. After we did the campaign with Teespring, we kind of searched around to see who had better products, who had better quality, who had more to give, who had dry fit availability for Tony. And we, so now we have merchandise through Shopify.
Correct.
Not Stupefy. Shopify. So we have a new campaign up on that. Chris has also been working with like some cute little slogan t-shirts that we have. He did one with they didn't look into my heart, they didn't look into your heart with Dino. If anybody has like an idea maybe that you want to do per game or season or whatever, definitely let us know. We can work with that as well. We have the new bracelets, the Cuse Yourself Voice of the Fan bracelets. Those are free of charge. We've got a bunch of them. We've got more coming in so that we have plenty to do or plenty to give out before the season starts. But we will be at TBT with those two if anybody wants to.
Those first 50 went fast.
Yeah.
So we ordered 100 more.
Yep.
They're in production right now. The new bands should be in. I'm hoping to have them next week, so I have them in time for TBT. If not,
we have a handful saved.
But if not, message us, shoot us your address, or swing by and pick them up if you're in the area. They're free of charge. Just pick them up. We're just trying to get the name out there. So the store on Shopify is live right now. You could go on and buy stuff because I did yesterday.
Yes.
The store's live. I haven't shared much of it yet. I've put a few of the shirts on the group page. I will share the store information probably this week so everybody can go on and take a look if you'd like. When you go on there, you will see shirts and hats with Wedge Heads on them. And as you look at it, you're going to be curious about what that is. So what Wedge Heads is just a nickname we've given to the group of fans.
Yeah. I reached out to a couple of my close friends and a good friend, a childhood friend of mine who's a quirky, fantastic girl, came up with Wedge Heads. Mm-hmm. And it kind of, I don't know, it encompasses the Syracuse family, the Syracuse community, It's we're positive. We're fans not only on game day. We're fans through the week. We like to read the stories. We like to share the strength and conditioning videos. We're just, I don't know, and I don't expect everybody to be as obsessive and crazy as we are. But a lot of you out there who watch the videos and who listen on iTunes or Spotify or whatever you listen on, or share in our Cuse Yourself group on Facebook. We're just, I don't know, we like to chat about Syracuse. We like to connect. We, share stories, share, what was your first game, that kind of stuff. It's just a positive community. Syracuse has always been, we have a friend that moved from Ohio, and when he moved here, he said he has never witnessed the life that this university gives us. During a game, if you go to, wherever there's city, there's a game on, and sure, there's one television on, somebody's watching it, maybe somebody's talking about it on the radio. We live and breathe this university in this city. And it kind of went away for a little bit. There was a downfall a little bit. And now we're back on the upswing. And I don't know, Cuse Yourself and Wedge Heads, let's get excited about it.
Yeah, and I like the concept of, I like a nickname for the group and the fans and the people who get together. What we do in Cuse Yourself, or what our end goal is different than just a fan group. We don't just want to be a group of fans who share a bunch of articles and whatever. This group is half about the sports and the university and half about the fans.
Yeah. And if not 60-40.
Right, if not 60-40. We want to get together. We want to be one. I would love a day in the future at a Syracuse football game where there's a section of Wedge Heads in the dome throwing up wedge W's every time we score. Like, things like that just bring the community together.
Right.
That's really what we're about, and that's really why we do this.
We don't want to be a university that everybody parks their car, you walk to the dome, you sit in your seat, you get up from your seat, you walk to your car, and you drive home.
No. You all right there?
Yeah. Sorry.
Spit it out. All right, so anyway, so that's what Wedge Heads is. Wedge Heads is just going to be the community that we're creating, and that all of you are creating with us, and that it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing. The merchandise is going to be all over the place. I was in Guitar Center today, picking up a piece for this new little microphone setup we got here, as you can see. And the guy behind the counter asked about the Cuse Yourself shirt and what it was and what it entailed. So I gave him a brief overview of it, but that's what Wedge Heads is. We have Wedge Head shirts coming in, so we'll be wearing those as soon as they get here. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I thought those are some of all the ones I've designed, because I've been on, in a rabbit hole.
Obnoxious.
It's been crazy. There's got to be 50 different shirts on this site right now. I'm getting there. But the Wedge Head ones were some of my favorites, and they came out really, really well. So that's that. That'll get you all caught up on what's new, I believe, as of now. So what's coming? TBT is coming. We're 7 days. Actually, a week from right now, it's about 8 o'clock Friday night. A week from right now, the first game will be over. So,
they start at tip-offs at 7, so.
I thought it was 6.
I'm pretty sure it's 7. I'm typically right, so.
All right, it's probably 7. God, I hope I'm right. So whatever time table, we'll be at SRC at this time a week from now. Yeah. So this week there's been a couple editions though. Mm-hmm. And we did a pretty big podcast on them a month ago. But a couple things have happened since then.
Yeah. And we knew they were going to.
We did. We knew they were going to. Thank you again to all of you who went and voted.
Yeah.
That push that we made couple weeks ago.
Right. It was when Kevin Belby announced that there was going to be another player, and then we got to 1,000 votes, and then it ended up being Benajay.
Right. Benajay was the
But they didn't announce him till this week because he had to get his video in.
Right.
But we went from 270 votes to 1,300 in 6 hours.
Yeah.
It was insane.
So you guys were phenomenal. And Kevin Belby reached out to us because we did a lot of sharing and a lot of voting, and I sent him a few screenshots from the group where we
Well,
had
there
our
was one
countdown.
where you and Lisa were. Oh, we're at whatever.
And
891.
and Robert.
Right, yeah.
And Robert, yeah, we were counting them down. So I was screenshotting it and sending it to Kevin like, we're working over here.
Yeah.
We're working. And he appreciated it. So that was really, really cool. So who's new? Who else is new? So we know Silent G.
Yep.
And you talked about that.
Briefly, because he wasn't added at the time, so I didn't want to get too in depth. But I mean, that was certainly somebody that was on our mind at that time, because it was right after he had done the Instagram video and all that. So we knew it was we knew he wanted to and he was interested, and obviously Bayheim's Army was interested. So there was just some finishing touches. It turned out he didn't realize that you had to submit a selfie video.
Oh.
So every player has to submit a selfie video to the actual TBT to get accepted into whatever team.
Right.
And it turns out that he didn't. And then whatever, over the last 3 weeks, he was busy and did what he had to do, but then he finally got his selfie video in. So it's pretty silly that was the determining factor.
They use them. If you follow them
Yeah.
on Twitter, they use those selfie videos to drive...
To drive votes.
To drive votes and
ticket
fans,
sales,
ticket sales. Yeah. They use those because names like Michael Benajay or Hakeem Warwick will drive sales and ticket sales. So that's great. And I'll tell you, he couldn't have come at a better time because Brandon Trish is still up in the air.
Brandon Trish is still up in the air, and now Chris McCullough is up in the air as well because his team in the Philippines is continuing to play in the playoffs. Their next game is, I think, tomorrow morning. It's in the Philippines, but I think
I don't want to be wrong twice in the same podcast.
No, I think it's Monday.
Is it Puerto Rico?
No, it's the Philippines.
It's the Philippines?
It's
Okay.
definitely the Philippines.
Damn.
Come on, guys. You know I'm right. Anyways, so they have to win 2 games. I think it's either Sunday and Tuesday or Monday and Wednesday, something like that. They have to win 2 games to carry on to next week.
Right.
If they win, obviously, great for you. Continue off in your playoffs.
But he won't be there.
Right. If they lose, then he will fly in for next week. I believe even if they win, next week is the championship.
So he will be
So
here
he would-
for Chicago.
Right. But he is totally committed. He said, if we do lose, I'm on a plane. If we do win...
I respect that. I respect that he is committed enough to the team he's playing for
Oh, for sure. Well,
to continue to play, and committed enough to Bayheim's Army to, if they lose Wednesday, get on a plane. That flight from the Philippines to Syracuse can't be a fun one. Right.
Well, I mean, they pay his rent or
Right.
mortgage or whatever. And B, they brought him on specifically for playoff play.
Okay.
They brought him on, I don't know, when we did the Bayheim's Army podcast a couple weeks ago, it was just recent before that they actually brought him onto the team.
Okay.
They brought him specifically for the end of the year, the push to get into the playoffs.
Clearly, guys, I don't know anything. I'm just here as a pretty face.
I thought that was me. Damn it.
You're the brains. I'm the beauty.
So,
Who else
but
is new?
So yesterday, we finally got word. They put out a little silhouette photo. They were doing the fan push. The votes went from about 1,750 yesterday up. This morning I checked, it was 2,200.
Yep.
Then the whole site crashed, and you couldn't. I went on to check the votes again, and they were the tallies were all messed up. But hopefully they're still counting the votes that are coming in. Anyways, Andrew White.
Andrew White.
He was added yesterday, and he has talked to Kevin Belby for a few years, and just whatever timing had never matched up. He was here as a 5th-year senior. Obviously, his end goal was to get in the NBA.
Right.
So if they were letting him come into summer leagues and that kind of thing, of course that's where he's going to go.
Of course.
So timing worked out for this year. He was able to sign up with us. That was announced yesterday. And then I was reading an article earlier today about it, and it turns out that not only did Devo reach out to him, obviously Kevin and Sean Belby both reached out to him. Jim and Julie reached out to him.
That's big.
Jim and Julie both sent him text messages saying, dude, we miss... And he only played for 1 year. He came as a 5th-year senior for us. There's no reason that you have to have that kind of attachment. We didn't win a chip that year. He's not, his name
We didn't even go to the tournament that year, right? Because we went to the NIT game.
Yeah, that was the year that we went to the NIT game, and we lost in the first round of the NIT. Regardless.
Never happened.
So, but yeah, Jim and Julie themselves reached out to him, which is pretty cool. And he said, with all these people reaching out to me, and it's something I'm interested in anyways,
Right.
I'll be there.
He's a hell of a ball player. Yeah. And before those two, we didn't have a real small forward on the team. Had 4 guards.
Right.
Couple power forwards, couple centers. Didn't have a real small forward. Now we have 2. But not just any two. Michael Benajay can play point guard, shooting guard, small forward, any of those.
Yeah. So if Trish can't play, he can fill in there.
He can play point guard, and it would be him and Gillen at the point.
Right.
Andrew White can play shooting guard, small forward. And both of them, because of the zone that we play, can really fill in at power forward if McCullough doesn't make it.
Right.
Because they won't be asked to guard a power forward on the block because of the way the zone's spread out. So they're perfect additions. And I actually shot Kevin Belby
Our
a
team
message.
is so
Stacked.
Oh, gosh.
Stacked. I shot Kevin Belby a message, I don't know, a couple hours ago. And just told him that, listen, as fans, we appreciate everything he's done with this team. This is the best collection of talent that Boeheim's Army has had for my
And
money
exciting.
yet. Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting. And they're going to put a lot of points up. They're going to put a lot of points up.
And I know, like, you still see a lot of the, what's Jordan Crawford doing? He's not part of the alum. That kid's going to be exciting.
I ignore
that.
all
I ignore
of that.
It too. I ignore all of it too.
Jordan, welcome to Cuse, buddy.
Absolutely.
Orange for life.
But regardless of alum or not alum, the dude is exciting.
The dude's exciting. He's a bucket getter.
Yeah.
He's going to put the ball
All
in the
those
basket.
people that were, oh gosh, he doesn't belong. As soon as game starts on Friday night, man,
None
they're
of
going to
that
be
matters.
cheering his name.
So Friday night, whatever time the game happens to start, who's to know? 7. So we're gonna be there
God, I hope you're
pre-game. Right. Yeah, you better hope you're right. Woo, you better hope you're right. We're gonna be there pre-game Friday. I
want to try to get there by like 5.
5. That would be ideal.
Wish we could be there the whole day, but it is Friday.
It is
We do still
Friday.
have to.
There's jobs and stuff. We're bringing Tony DeNicola with us.
Ooh, doggy.
So if any of you have never met Anthony,
Oh, you want to?
this is an interesting cat. And Anthony's going to be doing fan interviews with us pregame at SRC, at TBT, all weekend. We bought this little funky, like, recorder thing with a light and a microphone and a camera so that we can just carry it around and follow him.
You would have thought it was Christmas morning when you told him about that.
Oh, man. We're going to have some fun, guys. It's going to be a great time. We're going to have a blast. And what our plan is we're going to do fan interviews all weekend. Tony's going to come up and talk to you. If he sees you walking across the parking lot, I can't stop him. That's a big boy. And we're going to record the interview with you. He's going to talk to you about the game. I have no idea what he's going to say. I have no idea. And we're going to bring it back. We're going to put all the footage together. We're going to cut it up and put it into a video editor. And we're going to make an episode out of it. And you guys are going to get to watch it. And it's going to be entertaining. Mm-hmm. Outside of the fun stuff at TBT, we potentially do have some other cool things lined up, right? We talked to Kevin.
Right.
And we might be doing some player interviews post-game. Mm-hmm. We do have press credentials approved for TBT.
Clearly we're, back a few in the line. Clearly there's people that are going to be ahead of us, but...
That's just because they don't know us.
That's because they don't know us.
Just
if
wait.
they knew us, they would love us.
Wedge Heads for life, baby. Wedge Heads for life. But we will be getting some form of player contact.
If nothing else, Kevin will talk to us.
Absolutely. If nothing else, Kevin will talk to us, and we'll get some cool feedback about this. So that's exciting, and that's awesome. And this is going to be fantastic. And that's next weekend. Guys, if you don't got your tickets, they're still on sale.
Absolutely.
The whole weekend is still on sale. I think it's,
It's 55 for the weekend.
55
and I think
for the
it's like
weekend.
35 per game. So,
Yeah. Like, just go spend $55. If you're not working, come out. Heck, if you don't have tickets, come to SRC anyways and hang out with us in the parking lot pregame. Whatever.
My son's graduation was there. That place gets hot, so don't wear a sweater.
Don't wear a sweater. It's probably going to be 100. So that's all for that. So briefly, let's touch on where we're going to go going forward with the podcast and what our next few episodes are going to be.
Well, clearly we'll do at least next week, I mean, obviously we'll be at SRC Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Right.
So probably Monday or Tuesday we'll gather our thoughts. We'll do a
I don't have as many thoughts as you'd think.
we'll do a podcast with you and I.
Yes.
And then we'll do a collection of the fan interviews. So we'll
Yeah.
put out potentially two videos or two podcasts next week. And then after that, obviously the following weekend is the championship.
Yes.
So, but that goes from Thursday to Tuesday. We were going to try to get to Chicago, and I don't know, with work, with kids, I don't know if it's going to happen or not.
Damn kids.
I know. So obviously there'll be another podcast on the championship.
Yep.
And clearly we're going to make it.
Of
But
course.
even if we don't make it, we'll revisit.
Yeah, we might touch on it
Yeah.
in a podcast. So following TBT,
So close to football.
following the conclusion of TBT, we will be about 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
From kickoff. We're 44 days today, is that right? Or was that yesterday?
Yesterday.
Today's Dino's birthday? Was that also yesterday? Do I know anything?
Today is Dino's
All right,
birthday.
fine. Jesus, can I get something right in this podcast?
Every house is his house today.
Every house is his house today. So after TBT, we'll be 3 weeks from football. So I think what we want to do is we're going to stagger 3 episodes for you guys. We will do an offense preview, a defense preview, and then maybe like a
Where are you
schedule.
reaching? Where are you reaching?
Wherever I want to reach.
Okay, just checking.
Wherever I feel like it.
Okay, reach away.
Can you not talk during my segment? Woman. So we'll do offense, defense, and then maybe like a schedule preview of the teams that we're playing. Something along those lines.
And then Liberty.
And then Liberty. Because there's been some movement
There has
in the roster. Definitely things have been happening.
Antoine Cordy came back. He's not on the depth chart right now. The day the last chart came out was the day that he committed back to the team.
The day he came back, yes. So he's back, which just makes the depth in our secondary even better. I mean, we're deep and we're good.
There's a lot of talk right now about certainly best defense in the ACC.
Absolutely
top-
best defensive line possibly in the country.
Yeah. Top
Possibly in the
3
country.
definitely in the country. I mean, the talking heads, which I guess we are now part of, but those other talking heads, they have to say Alabama. They have to say Clemson. Although all of Clemson's D-line left.
Right. So and like our D-line, 75% of it's back. 3 out of the 4 of them are back with McKinley Williams and Kendall Coleman and Alton Robinson. And then Josh Black. And if you haven't seen a video of Josh Black lifting weights yet,
No.
go find it
them.
on Twitter. This dude is insane.
He can move your house if you need it.
He's insane. This is a big boy. And he's going to fill in for Chris Slayton, and he's going to do a great job.
Yeah.
He's going to do a great job. We do have 2 new linebackers this year, with Ryan Guthrie gone and Keelan Whitner gone, but we're starting 2 seniors. Very few teams in the country have the ability to graduate 2 senior linebackers and the next year start 2 senior linebackers. And that's going to center around our boy, Andrew Armstrong, who, while he never started last year, I don't believe he started any games last year, played a lot of snaps. Played a lot of snaps.
Just to preface a little bit, when we do our defensive podcast, I have a book report on Andrew Armstrong. This boy's got a story. It's incredible, and stay tuned in the next couple of weeks to hear about it.
And he's the defensive leader. He's going to be the guy that has to make sure everything goes the way it's supposed to go in this Brian Ward defense. And the way this defense operates, you need upperclassmen who've been in it a couple years to be able to function properly. And he's ready. He's ready. There's been some great stuff put out about him from the university, about how he helps the incoming freshmen. And there's a lot going on. This kid's going to be special. It's going to be, defensively, we're going to be way better this year, I believe, than we have been in years past. I think this is going to be special. This season's going to be special. The buzz around Syracuse is crazy.
That's what a wedge head is.
That's what a wedge head is. That's what a wedge head is. If you didn't get a chance to go to the uniform unveiling, It was electric. Just insane
And
in
that's
place.
kind of what I mean by community. You don't get a uniform reveal party in LSU or
For free.
Right. I mean, like you just don't get that. That's what this community gives to the university, and they appreciate it.
Yeah.
They appreciate it. They see it. They welcome it, and we just have to be louder than the negative.
Yes. Yeah,
And
yes.
that's kind of like our whole. That's the Cuse Yourself thing. If there's
Positivity.
2 people over here and 2 people over there, if we come together as 4, we can be louder than the negativity.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I agree. And I also agree that these are things you don't get at other universities. So before the Duke game last year, they had that pep rally at Destiny.
Yeah, whatever it's called.
Carousel. Over at the Carousel Mall.
They even said during the Q&A, you won't find this in any other
You
university.
won't. Derek Coleman, John Wallace, Sherman Douglas. Like, these are legendary Cuse players.
No business coming back here, but they do because they appreciate us.
Right. You don't get that at Duke. You just don't. So we have to appreciate what we have.
Yeah.
As a university, as the former players that come back here and love it here. So to bring it all full circle, that's what a wedge head is.
That's what a wedge head is.
That's what a wedge head. So that's all we got for you today. A little bit of TBT. Let me check the notes. Did we cover everything? Let me check the notes. Did we cover the TBT? We briefly touched on football, but we're going to get in depth as best we can
Yeah.
after the tournament. Hopefully, we can see as many of you guys as possible at SRC next Friday. Be there. Oh, I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked.
Who doesn't love basketball in July?
Right?
Yeah.
Where else can you get Syracuse sports when there's no Syracuse University going on?
Actually, as soon as we stop this recording, as much as I love the Yankees, I'm turning on the other conferences that are starting today.
Oh, yeah. TBT, other regionals are starting today. Yes. Yep. And that is on ESPN. Wait, we're not going to watch a Yankee game?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We'll argue about this off camera. Guys, from Chris and Stacy at Cuse Yourself, we will see you at TBT. Can't wait for football season. Enjoy and go Cuse yourself.
Go Cuse yourself.
The voice of the fan.